Two friends met at the Nikolaevskaya railway station, one fat, the other thin. The fat man had just finished lunch at the station, and his buttery lips glistened like ripe cherries. He smelled of sherry and orange blossom. The thin man had just stepped off the train, laden with suitcases, bundles, and cardboard boxes. He smelled of ham and coffee grounds. A thin woman with a long chin, his wife, peeked out from behind him, along with a tall schoolboy with a squinted eye. His son. "Porfiry!" the fat man exclaimed, seeing the thin man. "Is that you? My dear fellow, how many winters, how many years? Good heavens!" The thin man exclaimed in amazement. "Misha, my childhood friend, where did you come from?" The two friends kissed each other 3 times and looked at each other with tear-filled eyes. They were both pleasantly stunned. "My dear," the thin man began after the kiss, "I didn't expect this. What a surprise. Come on, take a good look at me. Just as handsome as ever. Just as sweet-natured and dandy. Oh my God, what's wrong? Rich? Married? I'm already married, as you can see. This is my wife, Louise, née Vonsenbach, a Lutheran. And this is my son, Nathaniel, a 3rd grader. This, Nafanya, is my childhood friend. We went to school together." Nathaniel thought for a moment and took off his cap. "We went to school together," the thin man continued. "Remember how they teased you? They called you Herostratus for burning a hole in your government-issued passbook with a cigarette, and me Ephialtes for being a snitch. Ho ho. We were children. Don't be afraid, Nafanya. Come closer to him. And this is my wife, née Vonsenbach, a Lutheran." Nathaniel thought for a moment and hid behind his father. "So, how are you, my friend?" the fat man asked, looking at his friend admiringly. "Where are you serving? Have you reached the top?" "I am, my dear. I've been a collegiate assessor for 2 years now, and I have a Stanislav. The salary is poor. Well, never mind. My wife gives music lessons, and I make cigarette cases privately out of wood. Excellent cigarette cases. I sell them for a ruble apiece. If anyone buys 10 or more, you understand, they get a concession. We're scraping by. You know, I used to work in the department, and now I've been transferred here as a clerk in the same department. I'll be serving here. Well, how are you? A civilian already, I bet, eh?" "No, my dear. Raise me higher," said the fat man. "I've already risen to the rank of privy councillor. I have 2 stars. The thin man suddenly turned pale and stiff, but soon his face contorted in all directions with a broad smile. Sparks seemed to fly from his face and eyes. He himself shrank, hunched over, narrowed. His suitcases, bundles, and cardboard boxes shrank and wrinkled. His wife's long chin grew even longer. Nathaniel stood at attention and buttoned all the buttons of his uniform. "Ah, Your Excellency. Very nice to meet you. A childhood friend, one might say. And suddenly you've become such a dignitary." He. Well, enough. The fat man winced. "Why this tone? You and I are childhood friends. What's the point of this deference to rank?" "Excuse me. What are you?" The thin man chuckled, shrinking even more. "Your Excellency's gracious attention. Like a life-giving drink. This, Your Excellency, is my son, Nathaniel. My wife, Louise, a Lutheran in a way." The fat man wanted to retort, but the thin man's face was so full of reverence, sweetness, and respectful sourness that the privy councillor felt sick. He turned away from the thin man and offered him his hand in farewell. The thin man shook 3 fingers, bowed his whole body, and giggled like a Chinese. He. His wife smiled. Nathaniel shuffled his foot and dropped his cap. All 3 were pleasantly stunned.